Hello, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a method of solving the Rubik's Cube that I've used to teach at least a dozen people, including my mom. Now, previously on this channel, I've already had a Rubik's Cube tutorial, but I don't think it's that great. I've changed my teaching method a bit, and the beginner method that I actually teach. And I've watched a lot of Rubik's Cube tutorials, and I think I've taken the best aspects from each one of the beginning methods. So here's how the method goes. Well, first you have to identify the three different kinds of pieces on the cube. There are these edge pieces. They have two colors, and these two colors will never become separate from each other. Then you have these corner pieces. These are on the corners, and these have three separate colors. So this is the yellow, blue, orange corner. And when I say edge, I mean that this edge piece, not the entire edge. It's just this piece, which has the two colors. Then there are center pieces. These pieces only have one color and they're in the center, hence the name. Now, these actually lie on an axis, so the way the cube works, these centers will never move relative to each other. These are the things that actually turn. Having the mindset of these are the things that actually move, things spin around them, can help you figure out where to move the pieces. Also, it is important to note that since these centers don't move relative to each other, they tell the other pieces where to go, because these are essentially already solved. So for example, this orange piece may seem like, oh, it's solved because it's attached to the orange, but this green piece here is not. These are the same pieces. It's not like the green is a separate color, which stickered cubes may deceive you by seeming like they're separate things and you can solve the green later. This piece as a whole is not solved. It belongs between the orange and the green, but this is yellow. That would be solved. Now that that's out of the way, we start by making what's called a daisy. Basically, there are four white edge pieces. Four edge pieces that have white on them. And we move them around the yellow center so it looks kind of like a daisy. We'll see what I mean at the end. So we already have this piece into place. Now the other edges are right here and down here. They have white on them. Now it can be a little tricky to figure out how to get them up there, but as a general rule, you want to get them into a position where white is always either on the sides, that is with holding the yellow center on the top. Always hold the yellow center on the top throughout the entire solve unless I say otherwise. Yellow center on top. And you would just move it around like this or temporarily look down. So you want to get white stickers on the sides here. Well, I'm not using stickers, but you get what I mean. So you want to get them over here. So for example, for this one, I can turn it down here, and now the white sticker is in this middle layer of edges. So then I can move it up by the center that the white is not attached to, so it's going in this one. You can spin that one to get it up there. Then we have this edge. Now we can get this one up pretty easily by just doing that. Now it's also good to have the white stickers on the very bottom like this, which is good because you can swing it up, but that gets rid of the blue. What we have to do is move the blue out of the way, and then we can move that up. Now is this red one. This one is a little tricky, but to get it up so that it's in the middle with the white, we can move an empty spot over so that we can freely move it into the middle, and then we can't do that, it replaces it, so move an empty spot over again and move it up. Now you can see we have a daisy. Ignore the corners. If it was like this, then it's still a daisy. Don't do corner twists, by the way. If you rearrange your cube in any way, like messing around with stickers or doing corner twists or edge flips, there's only a 1 out of 12 chance that your cube will still be solvable. Now, to get these pieces in the right positions, we have to pick any edge. I'm going to pick green. You'll see why in a second. The color that is not white on this edge is green, so we match it up to its respective center, which is, it already is, which is why I picked it. So the green is matched with the green, so now we spin that green center around twice. Now it's solved between its two centers. Now for the other pieces, I have orange here, so this is orange, so I have to move it like this, moving the bottom two layers until it's matched up with orange, and I spin that twice. Now same with the red, match it up, spin it twice, blue, it's already matched up, spin it twice. Now is a good chance to tell you about notation. Notation is how I tell you to do certain moves, because it can get complicated, like turn the right side up and turn the up side that way. It can get a little complicated. You will only need to know 3 different notation things. The first one is that the letter F means turn the front face, because F stands for front. R stands for right, so it means turn the right face. And U stands for up, so you turn the up face, or the top. So there's F, R, and U. Now whenever I say any of these, it always means to turn clockwise by 90 degrees, so just one rotation. It's always clockwise, as if you were facing that head on. Now there are other letters for the back, the left, and the bottom, but those will be unnecessary for the method I'm teaching you. So it's just R would be clockwise, and when I say prime after a letter, that means turn it counterclockwise. So this is F, this is U prime, going counterclockwise, this would be R, going clockwise, and R prime, and that's pretty much it, except that if I say 2 after something, that means turn it twice. So R2 is R twice, R2, 2 times. Now there's going to be there's going to be a very important sequence that we'll use throughout the entire solve. That is going to be R, U, R prime, U prime. Now doing this 6 times brings you back to where you started, so you could practice this on unsolved cube if you have it, to see that if it doesn't go back to solved, then you know you messed up. So do this a lot to get it. It won't screw up anything if you do it 6 times, or if you're holding it a certain way at all. And we do actually need to use the left one a bit, so I'll actually call this L. So L would be like this, and R is that, for the clockwise, counterclockwise thing. We only need to use L, though, for the left-handed sexy move, so you don't need to get yourself too comfortable with the L's. Yeah, it's actually called the sexy move. It may seem a little strange. I didn't make it. It's been like that forever. The entire community calls it that, because the prefix sex actually means 6, and doing it 6 times brings you back. So just a neat little tidbit of info. So practice this. You don't actually need to, like I said, get yourself comfortable with the left, because it's just the reverse of what you do on the right. You bring the side up, then move the top away from that side, and then down and towards it. Up, away, down, towards, up, away, down, towards. It's very simple. Now we're going to solve the corners with this. This one is actually already solved. We're solving only the white corners in the bottom layer. So this corner is already solved. We have to find another corner that has white on it and is preferably in the top layer. We have this one right here. We actually have 2, one with white on top, one with white on the side. I'm going to pick it with on the side. You can pick any one. So now the 2 colors that aren't white are blue and red. So what we have to do is find out which color that's not white is on the side. You can see that it's blue, because this one is white, this one is on the top, so that just leaves the blue. So now we have to move the top layer like we did with the daisy, so that the blue is matching up with its center, like this. It's diagonal. We have the side color that is not white matching up with its center. Slightly different case for these ones. I'll get to that in a little bit. And now we face that center color head on, and in this case the corner's on the right side, so we do the right-handed sexy move. And it's solved. Now I'm going to pick this corner. This one has orange and green, but the white is on top, so how do I do this? Do I match it up with the orange, with the green? How do I do it? You would actually put it so that it's in between the green and the orange centers. So now it's to the left of the orange and to the right of the green. Now you're just going to do the sexy move, whichever side you want to do, just so that if you're doing the left one, you want to make sure that's on the left. If you're doing the right-handed sexy move, make sure it's on the right. Now it's solved. Now this corner is also in the top, so we just do 3 times, and it's good. Now if a corner were, let's say, stuck in the bottom like this, It doesn't matter if it's actually in the right spot or not, it just matters that it's not oriented correctly. If it's oriented correctly in the right spot, that's good. Anything else, you want to take it out. So you do that by holding this empty spot so that's on your right and do the right hand sex move, and now it's free. Or you can hold it on your left and do the left hand sex move. And now actually, while you're doing all those sex moves to solve it, you actually do get it down here at some point and then bring it back up with that. And we can solve this one. Now, if you did all that correctly, the bottom layer should be complete. Now we need to work on the middle layer. So first we pick any edge in the top layer that does not have yellow on it. If there aren't any, I'll get to that in a second. I'll pick this one because there aren't any other choices. Of these 4 edges, 3 of them are yellow and 1 of them is a good one that's non-yellow. So we pick the side color, in this case it's blue. So just like the daisy, we move it over until it matches its center. Now ignoring these pieces, it looks like it's an upside down T kind of. So now the top color is orange. So is the orange center on the left or the right? It is quite obviously on the left in my case. So when we have matched the side color of the edge with its center, the side that its color center of the top color is on, we have to move it away from that center. And then we do that handed sexy move. So in this case, orange is on the left, we move it away from the left, and then do the left-handed sexy move. Now we can just fix this corner by solving it normally. Orange matches with orange, and we put it in. And now, to only take one sexy move, you put that edge in, just like magic. It can take a little while to get the hang of, but it's not too difficult. So now this is the orange-green. Green is on the side, so we match up green with the green center. Orange is once again on the top, but this time the orange center is on the right. So we move it away from the right, do the right-handed sexy move, and then fix this corner, and this time orange with orange, it's on the left, so we do the left-hand sexy move only once, and it's solved. Now we have this edge, the red-green edge. Now, for the purposes of the example making sense later on, I'm going to have to do something really quickly. Okay, so now, hold on. There we go, now this is a good example. So we still have this edge. Red is the side color, so we matched it up with the red. Green center is on the right. Move it away from the right, right-handed sexy move. Now fix this corner with the left-handed sexy move. Now in the top layer, all of our edges are yellow. What do? Our edge is actually stuck down here, and it's not solved, it is flipped. If it's not the last edge, then it could just not be flipped. It could be in a whole different spot entirely. Doesn't matter. All we have to do is put this corner or edge on our right side, do the right-handed sexy move, and then fix this corner with the left-handed sexy move. Now that pulled the edge out. So blue is on the side, match it up with the color center, blue. Red is on the right, so we move it away from the right, one right-handed sexy move, and then to fix it, we gotta do turn and one left-hand sexy move. Now the entire 2 layers are complete. Now for the last step. This is a little tough, but as long as you follow the rules, it should be fine. So right here, the next step is to get it so that all of the yellow edges have yellow on the top. So it's a yellow plus. Kind of like what we had in the beginning when we did the cross, which is the step after the daisy when all the white edges are solved. So to get the cross or plus sign, we have to see what kind of case we have. We could either have no edges are oriented correctly, that is, none of the edges have yellow facing up, or 2 of them facing up that are that make a horizontal line, or that make kind of an L shape, which would be that one not being yellow and this one being yellow. It is impossible to just have 1 edge with yellow facing up, or 3, and if you have 4, then you can skip this step. But if you just have 1 or 3, then something happened with your cube and it is impossible to solve when you'll have to take it apart. In this case I have 2. So we are going to hold it horizontally, horizontal line and do this. We do F, turning the front clockwise, then just the sexy move once, right-handed, and then F prime, so counterclockwise. And now we have the cross. So the other cases we could have gotten are this L, and when we have the L, we hold it as if they're hands of a clock, and they're at 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock like this. Then we do the same thing, F, sexy move F prime, that gives us the line to do it again, F sexy move F prime. And if you had the dot, how do I get the dot? Okay, I just messed up. So if you were to have the dot though, you would just do F sexy move F prime and it would give you the L. So you do the same thing, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, do F sexy move F prime again, then you have the line, and you do it one more time, and then you have the plus, or cross. Now we have to solve each of these edges, getting them in the right position. To do this, we have to move the top layer just one step at a time, and look to see if we can have two edges solved. We'll either be able to have 2, 0, or 4. Well, actually, can't have 0. It'll either be 2 or 4. In this case, I have 2, which is very good. Now, it's even better that they're right next to each other. If they were far apart, we'd have to do this next step twice, which is no good. They're right next to each other though, so we hold them on the right and at the back. And we do this. We do the sexy move, then a U2, and then R, U2, R prime. Now we just do a simple top turn and all the edges are solved. As you can see, they're all in the right positions. However, if you had two opposite edges solved, then you would have to do it once, just from anywhere, so you could get two adjacent ones solved. If you already have all 4 solved, then hooray! Now we have to get the corners in the correct positions. First, we look to see if we have 1 in the right position. You may have none, and in that case, you would do this next algorithm from anywhere. This one is solved. So, keeping the L center on top, we hold it on our right, and do this simple algorithm. Move it over, then the right side up, over again, left side up, over again, right side down, over again, left side down. So it's just oscillating back and forth, mixing between moving right up, and right down and left down. However, if you would like a different way to memorize it, I know some people use different methods. There's that intuitive way. The other way is just the notation, so it's U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. Anyways, doing that again actually for the example kind of messed it up. But see, this one is solved, so to get the other pieces in the right positions, not necessarily solved, you do that algorithm, and you can check not in the right positions, so we do it again. And now this one is in the right position, so is this one and this one's already solved. This one's actually solved too, which is good, so we just have these 2 corners. Now this next step is the last step. We're going to flip the cube upside down, so we have the white center on top. First time doing this, all this is happening. So first, we have to turn the bottom layer so that there's an unsolved corner right here. There actually already was. Now, keeping an eye on this corner, we do the sexy move until it is solved. Don't worry, I know this is messing up your progress, but if you follow the steps right, then it'll all be solved in the end. Now, the corner's in the correct position. It is very important that when you do the last sexy move, you do the finishing U prime. If you don't do that, you're gonna mess it up and the cube won't be solved and you'll have to restart. Now you move the bottom layer, just the bottom, until another unsolved corner is here. Now this one you do sexy move until it is solved. Now the cube is solved. Congratulations, you just solved the Rubik's Cube. If you had any difficulties, just leave a comment and I'll try to elaborate. Thanks for watching, have a great day, bye!